Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are really something to fall. That goes home run, go to Robbie side, where the side, everybody's coming down to meet the Mets of New York, of New
Hey there, everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice. I hope everybody is well, healthy, wealthy, and wise. Welcome to another presentation of the 87 Mets. The 87 Mets is a season I chose. Why? Because it's one of the 80 seasons that I had remaining in my APBA collection. So I chose 87 because, you know what? It's the same players as you get in 86 and 88. So I said, why do I want to replay 86, which has been replayed to death, when I could replay, and have to purchase it and so on, when I can just replay 87, which is the same players. The Mets ended up in second place, just a couple of, about 3 games behind the Cardinals. And in our replay, I believe they're ahead of the Cardinals. I got to take a look. I'm using Stratomatic. But as we get closer to the end, I will give you the updates on that. It's going to be San Francisco visiting the Mets at Shea Stadium. Kelly Downs, the pitcher for San Francisco, against Terry Leach, the pitcher for the Mets. Eddie Milner is leading off in center field, and it's Robbie Thompson at second base. Mike Aldrete in left field. Will Clark at first base, batting cleanup. Chili Davis, the right fielder. Bob Brenly, the catcher, batting sixth. Batting seventh is Chris Spear, the third baseman, and Jose Uribe, the shortstop. I believe it's Chris Spire. And Jose Uribe, the shortstop, and then it's Kelly Downs batting ninth. And here goes. We rolled the 56 already. And remember, when you play APBA, you have to use a little yellow plastic dice shaker. It's a must. That's going to be a pop-up to the shortstop. So 1 up, 1 down. A 16 is going to be ground out to short. Santana's there. Whips it to first. 2 out. APBA plays very, very quickly. Aldrete with a 53, and we're rolling off something that's called an APBA Journal Era Card Unusual Play randomizer. So this is a 43. A 43 is going to tell us that it is a 16. I don't know what 16 is. I got to look in the book. A 16 is usually the center fielder. That's going to be line base hit. Drops in front of the center fielder, Dykstra, for a first hit of the game. Mike Aldrete is on at first. He's slow, so he's going to be inching it station to station, a 43. And that is going to be a comebacker over to first, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. Go to the Mets. Dykstra, Bachman. Hernandez batting third, batting fourth in the cleanup spot is the right fielder, Strawberry. Kevin McReynolds in left field, batting fifth. Batting sixth is Hojo, the third baseman. Batting seventh is Barry Lyons. He's giving Gary Carter a break, the kid Carter. Rafael Santana, shortstop, batting eighth, and batting ninth, Terry Leach. Here goes Dykstra. Dykstra's center field, that's a 55, and it's a C against a C, so that's line base hit. Center field for Dykstra. He's on at first. Next is Wally Backman. That's a 52, and that may be, let's see if it's a strikeout or what that is. 27, and that is going to be a ground ball to third base. He goes to second for one, back to first, not in time. So it's a fielder's choice. Backman is on at first. Keith Hernandez, a 43 is a 29er. I don't know why. Let's see. 29 is a comebacker to the pitcher, and he's going. Oh, it's a strikeout. Strike three. So Hernandez strikes out, and now it's 35, and that's 22. That's a ground ball to the first baseman. He's going to flip to Downs covering, and that retires the side. No runs, one hit. So it's 1, 2, 3, and one strikeout there. All right, top of the second, Chili Davis. And that's grounded to short. And Santana waits back, now charges, fires to first, and in time to get Chili Davis. This is chopped to second. Backman's there, whips it to first, and Chris Spire, 36, and that's going to be popped up. Third baseman calls for it. No hits, no runs. Bottom of the second. That was like a 10-second inning. Oh, we don't want that to happen. Where did that go? Where did that little baby go? The tiny one, too. Because with APBA, you got to have a big red one and a small white one. That's what she said. 2-3. It's going to be a comebacker to Downs. He fields his position over to first. Howard, wait a second. Where am I here? That was Reynolds. Same thing. Cards are all the same. 21. Fly ball left field. 2 out. That was Hojo, flight out. And now it's Barry Lyons, 61. And that's a little ground ball to the first baseman. He flips to the pitcher covering. That retires the side. No runs, no hits. Top of the third. No score. Giants at Shea, Flushing, Queens. 41. That's grounded to short. Santana. After it. Spins, throws to first, and in the dirt, but scooped out by first baseman Hernandez. He's a Gold Glove first baseman. Strikeout on the pitcher Kelly Downs. That's 2 outs here in the top of the third. Eddie Milner, 31. That's a base on balls. So Milner's on at first. And a 53, that's going to be a randomizer result. And we're going to look at 35. Look at our randomizer. This is from the APBA Journal. 18. That's going to be a ground ball and booted by the shortstop Santana. So a 2-out error puts runners on first and second for Aldretti. This is the third game I'm playing with APBA today. Mike Aldretti, here goes. I'm sorry. Yep, Mike Aldretti, 12. And that's going to be a ground ball to second baseman. And over to first, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits. 2 left on, error, and a walk. We go to the bottom of the third, no score. Santana, 52, and that's grounded to the third baseman. Who's that over there? Chris Spire. Fires the first, and just gets Santana by half a step. A 69 is a comebacker. Oh, that's a strikeout. Wait a second. 29 with nobody on, I believe, is a and nobody on. Yeah, it's a comebacker to the pitcher. Down. So, and now here it is to Lenny Dykstra. It's strike 3, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits. Top of the fourth. Will Clark leading it off with a fly ball right field. Over is Strawberry, settles under it, squeezes for the out. Chili Davis with a ground ball to the shortstop. Santana waits back, now charges, throws on the run, and high throw, but nice stretch by Hernandez. Brenly, 2-3, strike 3, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits in the top of the fourth. We got a pretty good pitching duel going on here. Wally Backman, 63, and that's going to be line center field. And right there is center fielder Eddie Milner. And it's Keith Hernandez with a 33. That's going to take us into the second column. Second column, 35. That's a drive to right field. Back goes the right fielder. Who is he? Chili Davis to the track, to the wall. That's out of here. Keith Hernandez connects, gives the Mets a 1-0 lead. Darryl Strawberry. Ooh, ground to short. Uribe guns it to first in time. 62 is a fly to right for the third out. McReynolds flies out. One run, one hit. Home run by Keith Hernandez, solo shot. Puts the Mets up 1-0. We go to the top of the fifth. Chris Spire leading it off 4-3. That's a little comebacker to the pitcher Leach, Terry Leach. Here's the pitch to Uribe. That's Snake Eyes. That's going to take us into the second column. So he drives one to deep center field. That's over the center fielder's head, and that's going to bounce off the wall. Dykstra's after it, going around second. Here's a relay to third, and not in time. So it's a triple for Uribe. And that's going to bring the pitcher. That's going to have to bring the infield in here. They want that tying run to score. That's a 13. That's a strikeout. So Downs swings through a fastball. And now with 2 out, infield's back. Ed Milner, here's a pitch. Oh, and that's a 12. I believe that's a strikeout with runners on third only. I'm not sure. Let's see, a 12. Nope. It's going to be a fly ball right field. Strawberry towards the line. Makes the catch. No runs. 1 hit. Bottom of the fifth. 1-0 Mets. The home run by Keith Hernandez. Howard Johnson. Where's Hojo? There he is. 43, and that is a comebacker to Downs. Goes out Johnson by half a step. 32, that's chopped to second. And that is Bobby Thompson. Throws him out. And now it's Rafael Santana on a 22, and that's going to be line base hit. Santana's on at first. Leach is the batter. He's the pitcher. 23, and that's going to be a K, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. We go to the top of the sixth. We're flying through this game, as you can see. Nice to have a little pitching duel. The first 2 games were kind of high-scoring affairs. Say, comebacker to Leach. Throws out Thompson. Next is Mario Andretti. It's his nickname, and that's going to be line base hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's a C. He's actually needs to go 1 more to become a B pitcher. So Andretti's on at first. He's slow, so he's going to be playing it station to station. Will Clark and a 62, and that's strike 3. So Leach blows a fastball by Will Clark. I wonder if I've been calling him Jack Clark. And here's Chili Davis with the Snake Eyes. That's a deep drive, no doubt about that. Over center fielder's head and over the fence for a 2-run home run. And that puts the Giants up by a run. And that was the right fielder. Chili Davis got all of that one. With a deep center field. And all Lenny Dykstra did was turn around and look up Brenly now on a 34, and that's flied out to center field. Over is Dykstra, makes the catch, 2-1. So that's 2 hits, 2 runs, 2-1 here in the bottom of the sixth. Lenny Dykstra leading it off with a 64, and that's a strikeout. Nice curveball by Downs. That's foul back. That's a 46, and that's a strikeout, back-to-back Ks. He struck out the last 3 batters. And that's Keith Hernandez. Keith Hernandez with 23, and that's strike 3. So he struck out the last 4 batters and 3 in a row here in this inning. No runs, no hits. So Kelly Downs seems to be getting stronger as the game progresses. All right, Chris Spire. That's a 15, and that is a single base hit. Spire's on at first. Uribe next. And a 51, and that's going to be a little ground ball and through. Going to third is Spire, first and third. Infield is in for the Mets. And it's going to be Downs who is going to bunt. He squares away. And a 12. Uh-oh. First and third. This is not a squeeze. First and third bases, and we roll a 12, which is equivalent to 25, which is a strike. Runner out at home, other to second. I'm holding him a third. So then I'm going to say he's out at second. 2-4. On the stolen base. And the pitcher's still up. Infield's still in 51, and that's a strikeout. It was not a squeeze. And it's going to be Ed Milner. The pitch. 21, and that is lifted to left. For out number 3, no runs, 2 hits. And I'm going to do that caught stealing on that. And we go bottom of the 7th. Still 2-1. Giants. Darryl Strawberry leading it off against Kelly Downs. Fly ball right field. Backing up is Chili Davis. He's there. Kevin McReynolds now on a 51, and that's going to be line base hit for McReynolds. He's on at first. Tying run is on at first now. McReynolds has good speed. Hojo, great power. Ooh, that's going to be a 22. That's going to be a hit by pitch. So Hojo gets plunked and sends McReynolds the tying run to second base, first and second. Barry Lyons, here's the pitch to Lyons, and that's a 56-34 on first and second. 34 is going to be a pop-up to the left side. Third baseman Spires there, makes the catch. And that's going to be Rafael Santana. Here goes. Oh, 33. That's going to be extra bases. Extra bases for sure, 24, and that's going to be a double. That's going to score McReynolds easily. Game is tied. And now Hojo coming around. They're waving him home. There's going to be a play at the plate. The throw home, and he is safe under the tag. So it's a 2-run double. Clutch double by Rafael Santana. And the Mets are up 3-2. And we're going to, in the bottom of the 7th, you know what? We're going to bring in a pinch hitter here. Hey there, Dave K. APBA moving. Yes, it moves. APBA does move. Philip Reynolds. Come on, Mets. All right. They just took the lead, 3-2. Let me take a quick peek here at what kind of pitchers the Mets are using in this weekend series. They use Cone and Randy Myers, and that's who's going to pitch today. Cone and Randy Myers. All right. Randy Myers right there. It's lefty. Cone is going to be the righty. Yep. And then pinch hitter. We're going to bring in Lee Mazzilli. Love to use Lee Mazzilli as my pinch hitter. It's a blast. Also, I have Magadan. I have Wilson. Against Kelly Downs. Downs is what? Downs is a righty. And we're going to bring, you know what? We're going to bring in Mookie Wilson. Pinch hitter, here goes. 2 out. Right around second. Mookie Wilson. Here's the pitch. It's a 56, and that is a 34 with a runner on second. Gotta look at the chart. Everything's a chart here with APBA. 34, and that's popped up. Second baseman. Right there is Thompson, makes the catch, and that retires the side. But the Mets pick up 2 big runs on 2 hits. A clutch 2-out double by Rafael Santana. All right, so we're going to get a new pitcher. It's going to be, let's see, who's coming up? Robbie Thompson is a righty. Then we got a lefty, Aldretti. And we have another lefty. We're going to bring in Randy Myers. I don't just bring in my best pitchers. I bring in whoever they were using because you don't know if they're going to be a great pitcher that year or not when you're playing the season, right? XY, so he's got good power. A good fastball. He's a strikeout guy. So here's Robbie Thompson. See what happens. 15, and that is a ground ball to the third baseman. Hojo fires the first, and in time, long throw. And it makes it there. Aldretti. Oh, that's going to be second column. But that was gone. Second column, 64, and that is going to be a double. Splits the outfielders after it is Dykstra gets it in, and Aldretti stops at second. Now, Aldretti is slow, so we're going to bring in somebody who's a little bit faster. I got to look at the right team. This is where the game slows down a little bit in a game like this. Wait a second. I see what's going on. Okay. I see what's going on. Randy Myers is from Vancouver, Washington. Evan Mitchell. I want to bring in Leonard to, let's see who they were using. Hold on a second. Leonard, Youngblood, Candy Maldonado. Both those guys pinch hit. Jeff Leonard. I'm going to bring in Jeffrey Leonard to pinch run. He's fast. So then he's going to play the outfield. So it's going to be Leonard, pinch runner, and then left field. And he's going to be a 2. So he's in there to pinch run. Don't know how to show that. Guess I'll put a little X and then write a note. Pinch run, Leonard, top 8, 4, out ready. All right. So it's Jack Clark now, lefty on lefty. Here's a pitch to Jack Clark, and that's going to be lined and caught by the second baseman, L4. .25 is an L4. Nothing much more happens, and now it's going to be Chili Davis. He's a switch hitter. Here's the pitch from Myers, and that's a 65, 35. Becomes a pop-up. Third baseman Hojo waits for it, makes the catch, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit. 3-2 Mets. Let's go Mets. Lenny Dykstra is leading it off. We're going to get a Downs is still in there. And you know what? We are going to bring in let's see if I have Jeff Robinson. He hasn't pitched, and I'd like to bring him in if possible, if he's around, if he's available. Jeff Robinson. I don't know that he's available. I don't have every card. No, he's not available. Let's see if there's one more game with the Giants. No, then they go to Montreal. So let me look and see Don Robinson. Let me find out where Don Robinson is. Let me take a quick peek and see where Don Robinson is. Don Robinson is with in '87. He played with 2 teams. Pittsburgh. Aha. All right, let me pull him. Let me pull Donnie Robinson from Pittsburgh. I want to bring him in. And this is how I do this, Don Robinson, there he is. B pitcher. That was a nice acquisition for the Giants. Weren't the Giants in the playoffs in '87? Pretty sure they were. Don Robinson. So he's going to come in. Let's make sure that's the right Robinson, because I think there were 2 Robinsons on that team. Don Robinson. Let's see, righty. He's from Ashland, Kentucky. Yep, Ashland, Kentucky. So there he is. All right. So Robinson's coming in, and Robinson's a YZ and a B pitcher. Not too much. They don't have a big difference in terms of the pitching. That's the one thing I dislike about APBA. It's not the pitches are a B, they're an A, they're a B or a C, and that's it. And then they're a D. And then there's a little letter that distinguishes them just a little bit, but not very much. Dykstra's leading it off against Robinson. That's a 21, and that's a fly to left. 1 out. Right there is the left fielder, Leonard, who came in. 66, Backman. Oh, Backman gets a hold of one, drives one, and that's going to be cut off. Great play by Leonard, and that gets it in. And big turn around second for Backman, and he changes his mind, goes back to first. So that change in left field made the difference. And it's going to be Keith Hernandez, 1 out, hit and run, 32, and that's a ground ball, second base. Stay out of the fielder's choice and the double play on that. And now it's Darryl Strawberry. Here's the pitch from Robinson, 63, and that's lifted to left field. And right there is Leonard. No runs, 1 hit, top of the 9th. Last licks for the Metsies. And let's see what we can do here for the Mets. Let's see who we have to close this out. we're going to have Brenly. Brenly's a righty. Then we're going to have 3 righties. And we got a lefty in there. So we probably want to bring in a righty. Let's go back 1 game. I will give you the time on this game. It's gone pretty darn fast. David Cohn, Mookie Wilson. Let's go to the next game for the Mets. See who is going to come in there to Orozco. We're going to bring in Jesse. Oh, well, he's another lefty. Who can we bring in? Bill Allen, Jeff Innes. You know what? I'm going to bring in Jeff Innes. Have fun with that. He's one of the cards from Steve's APBA card maker. Where is he? Jeff Innes is going to come in. He's a right-hander. Bill Allen, Jeff Innes. There he is. He's a C, XYZ. So Innes is coming in for that last inning. He's a C, XYZ against Bob Brenly. 3-2 Mets. See if the Mets can hold the Giants. Giants have a powerhouse offense, and that's line base hit in their field. So there you go. Brenly's got decent speed, not super fast. Chris Spires is going to 31 there. He doesn't have a lot of strikeout. Oh, wait, he does have a few strikeouts. So Spires is going to just swing away. 35, and that's going to be ball 2 because Innes has a Z and a 36 is popped up. But he is what? An XY. That's going to be a strikeout. I'm pretty sure 33 with a runner on first. No, it's a pop-up to the third baseman. So pop, 5. Right there is Hojo. Makes the catch. 1 out. Top of the 9th. Giants down to their last 2 outs. They got the tying run at first base in Brenly. Jose Uribe is up. 3-2 Mets. See if the Mets can hold on here with Innes. That's a 61. A 23. That's an odd number. 23 randomizer on a 23 result. Let's see what that becomes. And that becomes a 23. I rolled a 23, and that's a 23. With a runner at first. That's going to be a strange result, like a rainout or something crazy. No, runner out stealing and ejected. 2-4. There goes the runner. And he's thrown out, and that surprised everybody. And then Brenly's going to get ejected. 2 outs. And the pitch at 34, that's line center field. Dykstra right there. Puts it away, and that's the ball game. No runs, 1 hit in the top of the 9th. Innes is going to get the save. The win's going to go to Leach. Oh, wait. Maybe not. Mets came up with those 2 runs. Yep. Innes came in the 9th. And that's the ball game. So let's do let's find out what the time is on this stream. 28 minutes. So quick game, 28 minutes. Slow down a little bit at the end. We're going to do the coloring now. The hits get green. There's 2 hits in this inning. Got a couple of caught stealings. That really helped the Mets out. But the Mets had bad luck in the last 2 games, so. All right. Walks, 1 there. That's it for the walks. The Ks, let's see where the Ks are. 1 K, another K, another K, another K. 5 Ks. So 5 Ks, 1 walk, 2 earned runs on the home run. And how many hits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. And Leach went 7 innings. Went 7 innings, and the Mets got those runs in the bottom of the 7th, so Leach is going to get the win. Myers won an inning, and then Innes won an inning. Myers gave up a hit and that's it. I guess you could say he got a hold. He pitched to 4 batters. And then it's pitched to 3 batters, 27, 28. And the starting pitcher pitched to 28 batters. No wild pitches. Ennis gave up a hit, but that's it. So the Mets gave up 7 hits. And the Mets themselves, how did they do? Got a 1 hit here, another there, another there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6 hits for the Mets. So it's a 3-2 victory for the Metropolitans. And no errors. 1 error for the Mets, I believe. Error by the shortstop. So the line scores San Francisco 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. And the Mets 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. So the Mets pick up an important victory. They're just a game or so ahead of the St. Louis Cardinals in this 87 race. This is a game played August, says at the top here, August 20th. So we got another 40 games to go. August 20th game. Now let's see how many times the Mets struck out. I mean, Kelly Downs had a fine game. Pitched very, very well. 3 strikeouts there. Oh, and strikes out the side. So that's going to be 6 now. So he has 6 strikeouts. Walks, I don't see any. He does have a hit batter. No walks. Earned runs, 3 earned runs. Hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 only. And then he went 7 innings. Robinson went an inning, gave up a hit, and that's it. Pitched to 4 batters, and 27 for Kelly Downs. So that's it. That's the ball game, guys. So I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed a quick game of APBA. That's the one thing I love about APBA. I think this is the 3-game set. So I'm gonna do the Mets in orange because the Mets wear orange. So they're going to get bright orange in this one. Bright orange for the Mets, and we're going to put the Giants in a darker color. And we're going to fill in the fly balls and the ground outs. And then we're going to input this into a Stratomatic PC game to keep my stats. Replay PC doesn't have the 87 season, so I had to go with Stratomatic. We're going to do the quick ground outs. Everything that's a ground out is going to get in after this. I'm going to relax, watch a movie, or watch a baseball game because I am beat, my friends. And after this, we go to play Stratomatic. This is Retro Monday, 50s and 60s tabletop games. Games designed in the 50s and the early 60s. And that's what we play on Mondays. It may spill over a little bit into Tuesday. I may have to play Status Pro tomorrow because I think I'll run out of gas today, and I do have work, so I do have to, even though I did some critical work today, so I feel satisfied. These are the fly balls. The fly balls get blue because anything in the air gets blue because of the sky, right? The sky is blue. So that's how I do that. So now I can read it real quick. I can see the fly balls, the ground balls. The errors, I don't know what to do with the errors. I'm thinking of just maybe doing something like this, just like stressing them like that. I think I'm going to go that direction until I get a better idea. And now for the Mets, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find any out in the air, line drive, pop up, fly out, And this also helps me because once you memorize the colors and you input this information, who's there? Benny Blades, my brother Sensei. When you take out a B and replace with a B, what's the exactly the name on the card? And they do have nicknames. Okay, they do have nicknames. Look, Mac is Mac McReynolds. They call him Big Mac. Johnson is Norman. Hojo was really his nickname. I think they make up a lot of these. BJ, Barry Lyons is BJ, right? Sorry to hear that. Rafael Santana is Raf. So that's the difference in the cards. Their nicknames, really. But it's an older system. I love APBA. It's like my favorite game because it was the game I started out with. So please refrain from spewing your hostility and your negativity on the game. My first love. Not only did I get the first base with APBA, I got the second base, third base, and home plate. Okay, so and we're doing all the pop-ups, all the flyouts, going light blue, and we're almost done. And that's it, just finishing off. And now I'm going to input all these stats, so it's going to take me a little while. I may have to take a break and come back later for this. And that's it. And it's a walk. I don't know what I'm going to do with a that's actually a hit by pitch. But that's about it. So this is CP Cards and Dice saying thanks, guys, for stopping by. Philip Reynolds, Dave K, Al Red Sox fan, Benny Blades. Let's see if anybody else wanted to say hello today. That's it, guys. So this was APBA. This was quick APBA, 28 minutes. And then, of course, I chit-chatted for a little while longer, and I did the coloring. This is adult coloring. This is my wife calls it my adult coloring book. And I tell her it's very relaxing. It's very therapeutic. It's very de-stressful, and it's very geeky, but that's what I love. So I don't care about that. I don't care what people think. I don't care what they say. I'm past all that. All right, so CP Cards and Dice says adios. Check out my very cool envelopes made by Chris White. Look at that, beautiful for my 87, set of APBA. Gorgeous. I love these. And that's going to be it. And make sure I'm not putting any Mets away with the Giants. I don't know if I'll be facing them anymore. It's already middle of August. And I got these score sheets from Digi Dugout. Go to Digi Dugout. You can get any score sheet you want in history. I love that. That's like that's like dying and going to heaven. Digi Dugout. I don't know where that came from. It just popped up out of nowhere. I don't know who did all that effort to do that. I don't know. I don't understand who does all this stuff. How do you have the time to input every single game, every single lineup, actual lineup, every single season for 120 seasons? How do you do that? How do you organize that? I don't understand it. It's just mind-bending to me. But somebody did it. Somebody did it. So anyway, XYZ, yeah, XYZ is very, very, it's not a real difference there, Philip. Once in a while you get an X, once in a while you get a Z, once in a while you get a Y, but more often than not, those basically don't come into play very often. Maybe 4 times a game, 5 times a game, 6 times a game if you're lucky. In how many rolls, right? In 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 28. In 60 rolls, maybe 7 for maybe what is that? 20% of the time, maybe 15% of the time. That's about it. That's the only difference. But that's why you have a couple other systems. You have the master game, which is a nightmare. But then you have another game that a lot of guys use the boards for. The Merino boards, they're called. And they go up to 30. They give you 30 different ratings for the pitchers, and that's much better. That makes much more sense. This is CP Cards and Dice saying, I will see you guys later. Alligator. Let's go Mets. Mets win it 3-2.